everybody? May Eve loves BT Sands here, and I know it's only been like 34 minutes to an hour ever since I made Papyrus X Listener, but I wanted to make another one, a part 2 of it, because I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I'm sitting on my bed right now, doing nothing but drawing shipping pictures of Butler, Tail, Sans, and Lily, and I decided, hey, why not make this? The other one got 2 views already. Sans X Listener got 27 views and no comments, no likes, no dislikes, and that's what surprised me. So this one, I need requests, because this might be the final Underfell Papyrus X Listener, so I need requests on the X Listeners, the NSFWs, whatever. I will do that. I feel comfortable with doing whatever for my fans. So let's stop talking about that and get started. You were trying to process what had just happened after the tall goat lady threw you inside of a room. You walked around the room. You found a drawer. You thought it was a sock drawer, but when you opened it, you immediately realized that it wasn't a sock drawer. Scandalous, and closed it very quickly. You walked out the room and you saw a staircase leading to what you thought was the exit of the house. You went down. You had to fight the goat lady to get out, but after you did, she gave you a hug. She put her fear and her loneliness aside for you, as what she said, and you continued on. But what you didn't know is your parents would always talk about you having some monster inside of your blood. They say that your auntie, your great-great-auntie, was a species, some kind of species called a creation. It was a monster and a human, and both of the species were crawling in your bloodline. You heard footsteps behind you as you walked inside of a cold space with nothing but snow that didn't look that real at all. You continued on and you heard the footsteps get louder and louder. You stepped over a big twig, but then, as you heard the footsteps approach the twig broke. You started getting terrified and running. The footsteps got faster too, following your running pattern. Soon you got somewhere where there were big brown bars, and you didn't know if you could fit through. You were trapped. A deep, deep voice said behind you, "Hey kid, don't you know how to greet a new pal? Turn around and shake my hand." Of course you knew better than that, and you didn't, but you did turn around, and you smacked whatever was behind you as hard as you could. It fell on the ground. It was a short skeleton that looked edgy, but as soon as he saw you, he just was breathless, because he didn't know the species of a creation still lived. It seems when you fell into the underground, something was growing out of your head, which were horns. They were deer horns. Sans figured that they were just a decoration or a headband on your head and pulled it off. He didn't pull your horns out, of course, but he did pull them, causing you a lot of pain in your head. You screamed at him, "Hey!" But you didn't realize what he was pulling, because it wasn't your hair. You would have felt more pain if it was your hair. You took your hands and placed it above your head, and realized that it was deer horns. Sam looked at you in shock, and started running towards the house, because he didn't know what the hell you were. He shut the door and locked it. Then there was another tall skeleton walking towards you. But before he can get fully toward you, the shorter skeleton poked his head out the door and whispered to the taller one, "Hup, don't go near that thing." The skeleton that was known as Pap, as what you knew, turned his head. What in the world are you talking about, Sans? There's a human standing right there, and I must capture it. Sans walked over towards Pap, but then past Pap and walked towards you. He tried to pull your horns again in front of Papyrus, but they didn't come out. Papyrus was in shock. You looked at Papyrus in his eyes, and he looked at you in your eyes. For a couple of seconds, there was as if Sans weren't there, and it were just you two. Pap shook his head, snapping out of this comma, and continued towards you. He looked at you with a pissed-off expression. You thought that was just a normal expression for him, because everyone in here looked kind of edgy. You kept staring at him. Sans, we can't just leave this out here. What if it dies? It's the only one left of its kind. Sans smacked his head, or face plant, as you may say, and he picked you up and brought you to the house. He threw you on the couch as if you were nothing but a piece of garbage, and sat down next to you. You didn't know what the hell was going on. You said calmly to both of these random skeletons that decided to adopt you off the streets, "Do you know where my home is?" Sans started laughing his ass off. Papyrus face planted. "Listen, human, or creation. Monsters have been stuck here for a while. We need 7 human souls to get past. Your soul won't do, because it only has a quarter of determination, and most likely isn't strong enough, so there's no point in killing you. And you're probably useful because you're the last of your kind." You looked shocked and scared because all you wanted was to be home again. You didn't want anything to do with these people or skeletons or whatever. You tried to walk out the door, but the door's locked. Sans looked at you as if you were stupid, turned around, and didn't pay attention to you after that. Papyrus, on the other hand, was upstairs, and he was trying to make something, but you couldn't tell what. It was nearly nighttime where you were from. Papyrus from the kitchen called out, "Sans, creation person, it's time for bed." When you went upstairs, you didn't know which room to go in. Sans locked his door, so you couldn't go in there. So you went in Papyrus's room. There was 2 beds. One looked like a normal bed, and one looked raggedy and almost as if it were homemade by a person who were trying to be a professional. "Do you like it?" Papyrus said. He looked happy. You tried to smile. You did, kind of. He smiled back, tucked you in, and he read you his favorite bedtime story, Fluffy Bunny. Papyrus was acting really mean and nasty before. Seeing this side of him was kind of surprising towards you. You went to bed. You didn't even think about your home once. All you could think about is Papyrus, and you didn't know why. The next morning, Papyrus and Sans were already at the dinner table. They were eating spaghetti, it seemed. You sat down at the dinner table with them, and the spaghetti that you had put in your mouth was so disgusting that you wanted to throw up at that moment. But seeing how happy Papyrus was with you eating it, made you eat even more and even more. Not even tasting it, all you could think about, or all you could see, was Papyrus's happy face. Spoiler alert, cliffhanger. I'm so sorry, guys, but this video is 9 minutes long. I would make it 10 minutes, but I can't. see you guys in the next video. Oh, it just reached 10 minutes. That's amazing. Well, bye guys.